What sells? That is definitely the question of today. Now, what I mean by that is what sells in the entertainment world? What sells in the success world? And what sells in the YouTube world? I've been doing this YouTube shit for quite a while, and I wouldn't say I've had an identity issue on who I should be for my fans and for the people who I'm trying to go in business with. I'm having more of a misunderstanding as to what people are looking for these days. If you really think about it, it boils down to two things, positive and negative. There's a lot of positive YouTubers and creators and influencers out there in the world, and there's a lot of negative creators and influencers out there in the world. Who gets the most shine? That's what I'm here to discuss. It kind of has this neutral grounds because if you really think about it, everyone says be positive, be positive. You know, if you're positive, positive things will happen to you. If you put good out into the world, good will come back to you. And I agree with all that 100%. But it seems like with me, I try and be positive on certain platforms, even this podcast as well. And it doesn't get the recognition like one would hope. And I'm not complaining about views. I'm not complaining about minutes watched, subscribers. I'm not complaining about any of that. I'm just trying to get a different perspective, and I'm trying to get your guys' view on this entire thing as to what sells, the positive or the negative. And if you want to tell me what you think sells, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe and comment below. But back to the task at hand. People say be positive, but when I'm positive, it seems to go ignored. But when the smallest Joe Schmo in the world is positive, they get all the praise and they get all the applauding that I feel I should deserve. Then you move over to the negative side, and it's really hit or miss. There is a certain line in trash talking and bashing human beings, and that's mothers, that's family, that's religion, it's wives, girlfriends. You leave all those out. I'm definitely not one to trash talk about one of the following. That's just not who I am. I'll trash talk about you. I'll tell you the truth about what I feel. And that seems to be misconceived as well. It seems that the more, I want to say negative I am, the more of a heel I am, the more views I seem to get. And the more positive I try to be, the less views I get. People love drama. People love fiascos. People love sagas. People love that, oh man, what's the tea? People love that. And 90% of the time, most of the tea is negative. And in the positive outlook and the grand scheme of things, people don't really seem to pay attention to that, especially coming from me. But when I have something to say about this person or this celebrity and that celebrity, people will tune in just a bit more. And it brings into my question, what sells? Is it positivity? For me, I don't think so. Is it negativity? For me, I don't think so. I'm just simply being myself. But to get more subscribers, to get more views, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if positivity means a lot more, because you got these guys posting Bible quotes online, and you got guys posting positive messages on Facebook and Instagram, and it's all perceived well. However, if I were to do something like that, it wouldn't be perceived well. People would look at it as if, whatever. He posted that. I'm not even going to pay attention to it. Similar to these YouTube videos. And again, I am not trying to bash on myself, and I'm not complaining about the views I get or the subscribers I have. None of that. I'm just trying to get a better understanding as to what people are looking for. Could it be that guys like Landon McBroom and Austin McBroom and Jake Paul were gifted everything in their life and were the most popular kids in school, and that's why they have such a big following, because they've had that support not just from their family but from their peers since day one? Could it be that me as a person doesn't have that same backup that those guys had? That me as an entertainer and YouTuber don't have the team that they have? It's really confusing, and it's really interesting to think about. it actually compels me to think about all this. Had I had the upbringing that Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Landon McBroom, Austin McBroom, those type of vloggers, YouTubers, and influencers have, I could have the superstardom that they have. But given that I don't have that, given that I grow up in such a weird yet amazing town, I don't get the same applaud or appraisal that they get. I don't even get the same applaud or appraisal that other kids get because of my upbringing, because of this show I do, because of some of the things I've done in the past. But if it were someone else, they would get all the appraisal in the world. I just know it and I see it. People buy their YouTube views. That's not me. I'm doing this the hard way. I'm not going to name names, but I know someone from Pueblo who buys all their YouTube views, and that's why they move states. It's just as simple as that. So I just want to know your guys' take. I want to know your guys' perspective, and I really want to know what you guys are thinking in all this and what I have to do to put on the best content in the world, because I know that is what I do day in, day out. What you guys get from me is truly 100% real and authentic, and that's hard to find these days. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, because this is a topic that I had to have with y'all. I wouldn't say it's a controversial topic, but it's a topic that when someone who works as hard as I am needs to not only have with himself or herself, but with the rest of the world and with the rest of the people. So I see someone else getting all these appraisals that doesn't put in the work that I do, and it frustrates me. It gets me wondering, okay, if they're doing that, why aren't I pulling the same ranks? Why aren't I getting the same recognition as they are? And it could be to what I just said earlier, that they had different upbringings, their past are more better than someone else's. All that plays into effect. I'm not going to go down the avenues of haters. That's just a different conversation for a different day. But it's weird. So what sells? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it a mixture of both? I guess that'll soon to be found out upon the more you guys tune in for this YouTube channel, and the more you guys like and subscribe and comment and just help me blow up, because I know I work harder than anybody, and I know exactly what I have to do to be successful and to give you guys the content that you guys know will make y'all happy and will get y'all excited. Could it be that all this could come from someone else you guys would tune in more? Absolutely. But I just know that this is different, and this is something that had to be brought up. I'm not doing this for attention or views. I'm doing this for the sole purpose of not only getting more money in my pocket, a guy who's worked so hard and has worked tirelessly putting content out there for you guys to enjoy, but this is for all the other people that are experiencing the same things that I am, that are experiencing the same thing of working hard, and for people to not give them the appraisal that they need or the appraisal that they rightfully deserved. That's all I'm doing this for. I'm trying to get you guys more money in your pocket. So hopefully you guys resonate a lot from this conversation and from this topic that I had, because I feel it's pretty deep, and I just feel like this is something that needs to be talked out more, especially with my field of work, with my line of work of entertainment, and trying to give you guys the content that you need, whether it be positive or negative. I'm trying to fatten my pockets and yours as well. So hopefully you guys that are watching this and people as a society take it like that and not turn it into something so stupid like we all know how.